Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. Liverpool out of the FA Cup at the hands of Chelsea, 2-0 on the night. And what a mad game of football. At half-time, I was reasonably happy with how things were going for the Reds. Obviously, they're going one behind. And Adrian, I think if you've got Alisson in goal, that doesn't happen. And, it's 0-0 and maybe it's a different game. But it's Adrian all over. He's a very good second choice goalkeeper. You can see it in the game. He makes two absolutely outstanding saves. One just prior to the goal and one in the second half from Giroud, which he tips onto the bar. But he throws one in. Throws the ball into the back of the net. If that was Loris Karius, we would be standing at the gates of Melwood tomorrow morning with pitchforks. As it is, I think most of us will kind of shrug it off because at least he did show, some other bits and pieces in the game, and we know that it's Adrian, and we know what he's in the squad for. He's there just to make sure that occasionally, we've got some cover for Alisson as and when we need it, and God knows we've needed it at times. The guy wins us the Super Cup, so no massive criticism on him, I guess, even though realistically, it's the pivotal, changing point of the game. But I was hoping Liverpool would kick on second half, and they just didn't. They really didn't at all. And first half, I thought Nico Williams looked really bright. Couple of sticky moments, but he's a young kid. I thought he looked so positive, drove forward with the ball, looked to get into the box. He looks the talent that he is. And I thought Minamino probably put in his best game for Liverpool, but that was in the first half. And in the second half, you're looking to build on that. You're looking for more, and it never really came, did it? Chelsea had by far the better chances, looked by far the most dangerous side, didn't cause the goalkeeper enough problems. And it's funny because I think Kepa's there to have problems caused to him. You can see he's not particularly strong aerially. We could have done a little bit more with that. A couple of times that he comes out and gets far from convincing punches on it. But, again, Liverpool, I think, are the agents of their own demise. They've effectively, maybe it's a bit cheery, I should say, but they've knocked themselves out. But we were at fault for so many of the big things that caused Liverpool problems there. Sloppy passing, Fabinho, another poor performance from him. The first 5 minutes or so I was watching him, he was looking really dynamic, really energetic, giving goes, driving forward the ball, doing some of the stuff that Jordan Henderson does in that role. And then it looked like he blew himself out, and all of a sudden he was late to things, he was missing passes, he was just letting the play bypass him. And you see it when he picks up the book, and that effectively takes him out of the game, which is mad because I've seen him play in massive games on yellow cards and handle it. And I think, it was the right decision to keep him on the pitch because I think he needs as many minutes in his legs as possible now to get him back up to speed because God knows we're going to need him for Atletico Madrid. But he's in poor form at the moment, and, unfortunately we're left with no choice but to play these players back in. And you could see that Lallana, that wasn't where we needed Lallana to play tonight. You needed him doing the old school on the front foot, gegenpressing on the, just in front of their back four or what have you. Lallana was a bit too deep at times. Curtis Jones actually was probably one of the players who got better in the second half up until him being withdrawn. That makes sense. Bring Milner on, but Milner's not played either. I think it was mentioned in commentary, a handful of minutes since the new year. And he looked miles off the pace as well. Took a James Milner yellow card as only he can. But yeah, in terms of passing, he just looked like a lad who'd not played football at that pace for a very, very long time. And just something not quite right with the Reds at the moment. And, we've gone from being looking at what was going to be an absolutely historic season. Listen, if Liverpool win the league, it's an historic season because it's been 30 years since they've won it. But I think we all wanted a bit more. And we were looking at like, can you go unbeaten? Can you break points tallies? Can you go and get a treble? Can you go and do a double? Well, right now, if Liverpool want to win the league, they've got to make sure they get the nose back to the grindstone and go and get that one. But obviously, anything beyond that at the moment, I just don't think it's worth talking about. This side needs to prove that it can go out there and not fall short. And that might sound a little bit over the top because we've seen the mentality of this side over the last couple of years. It's second to none. This is the best side in world football right now. They're having a little bit of a blip, but you see this time and time again. When teams burn the league off so early on, we saw it happen with Chelsea under Conte. We've seen it happen with Mourinho as well. It's very difficult sometimes if you lose that. If you you just get knocked out of rhythm or whatever, it's kind of hard to pick yourselves back up. Now, I think maybe you could argue there's extenuating circumstances in this regard, but I hope there is. I think there's enough bank of evidence there to suggest that Liverpool will be absolutely fine. But, for all the little goblins and demons that exist in the back of our heads after not winning the league for 30 years, having seen Liverpool break our hearts in a whole host of different ways, it'd be nice if we just got back to winning ways against Bournemouth at the weekend. stride forward, get the next, take on the next 4 games. If it takes 5, it takes 6, whatever. Get the league sewn up, get to summer, let everyone have a massive big break, particularly the players who played a lot of football, and come back next season, decide what we want to do there. Because look, ultimately, I think if we ask for more than the league at this point, it looked like we could ask for everything. We look like we could literally have the moon on a stick 2 weeks ago. It looks a little bit less like that at the moment, but ultimately, I think if Liverpool can come away with the league, that'll be it. But I'm disappointed. I thought the team was good enough on the day. We created enough chances to at least be level in the game, to really give Chelsea a game. In the first half, we just didn't kick on in the second half at all, and that's why ultimately we should be disappointed with the performance that we put in, because Liverpool stood on the precipice of just genuine doing something ridiculously special, something almost unseen, certainly since '99. The FA Cup's gone now. It means that the focus has got to be on the league and the Champions League. Hey, Sarah. Listen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section underneath. If you want more from me, you can do. I've got my own channel, Mage TV, where I do vlogs and talk about Liverpool things as well. And me and Chris have got our own podcast, the Mage and Pajak podcast. This week, we've got Liverpool superstar Jamie Webster. That's going to be on on Wednesday afternoon. So head over to Mage X Pajak on YouTube to check that out. And other than that, we'll be back with the final word on the redmentv.com tomorrow. Nice one.